All right, welcome back. This is a hard page. We're going to talk about transposing our key. Okay, the same thing, different place. Here's a world famous melody called the riff or the lick. Okay, and if you want a better experience than just what I have in the book, look it up. There's plenty of people doing it. Here's this guy. I mean, here's it in context. That's a long one. A lot of people do it, right? You can see those all over. Here's someone doing it on a bunch of instruments. It's called the lick because it shows up constantly in music. People always hit it. They don't even mean to do it, and they do it. It's just very easy to play. It's very nice sounding. I'm going to take you through the same musical idea, 5 different keys. The same musical idea, but it's in different spots. Okay, and transpose just means trans to change, and pose your position. So we are changing our position. So we have it in A. And it's always the same. It's a whole step, half step, whole step. Come back to the second note, and then behind the first note. So it's actually a piece of a major scale starting on the 2 or the 6, however you want to think about that. Da 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 da. I think I wrote it kind of funny, but that's okay. Then we do it in E. You should be able to do that. Do it in D. So we're in the key of D. We have that B flat, but we didn't even run into it. Key of B. So it's a little bit of a minor tetra, minor scale, and then that whole step behind it. Da, 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 da. It's like moving. Your family is the same. The pattern is the same. Your things are the same. The idea is the same. But the home, your house, or the key is different. You're just doing it in a different spot. Key of G. Oh, sorry. That was major. Here's a major lick. See? You can transpose an idea even. Change the idea a little bit. So yeah, I would look up those famous lick riffs from, throughout history, kind of get a feel for it. So how am I able to do that though, right? How am I able to move that stuff around? This is a lot of information right here, okay? A lot of information. For us guitar players, this is the first time in the book that I've had the chord diagrams pop up. So you can use those, or you can read the tab. So let's get a feel for our shapes again, right? Because this can help us. We've looked at the tetras, we've looked at the 1-4-5, the 6-2-3. Seems like those suspended shapes keep showing up, so we do need to think about those. So 1-4-5 is the same as 6-2-3. Well, that's really important to remember if you're going to move keys around, okay? 1-4-5. Sorry to be down here. And then if I move that back, this little shape right here, if I just move it back a little bit, 3. Yeah, 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. If I move it back, I find my minor set, 6, 2, and 3. Okay, and then what's happening is, and this is where my book kind of wraps up at near the end, is the sunlight and the moonlight, or the night and the day. This little diminished thing is kind of locking it all together, right? Major clicks with diminished gets us to the minor, okay? So that 7 kind of locks it all together. So I want you to be able to see the whole scale, right, of any family you're in. So if you're looking for that relative minor, how to get back there, we got our 1-4-5. I said 3 half steps, but honestly, it's just a whole step and a half step. It makes it easier. Half step, whole step back. There's our minor. So if we were in the key of G, 1, 4, 5, and then we're going to move it back. 6, 2, and 3. So now I can play things in the key of G if I wanted to, right? So what I'm doing there is I'm using these shapes to kind of help me locate all the new houses on my street, right? The new key I'm in, the new home I'm in. So I know that's a lot right there. I noticed the L shape on the guitar, 8, 8, 10, 5, 5, 7. That's a really easy way to find those numbers, 1, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3. Look out for that shape. That's going to kick your butt. Nobody likes diminishes up there. That's not how we want to do them, but I want you to see them in root position so you understand the form. If none of that made sense, I'm sorry. Go back, review earlier material. If it did, let's rock. Let's try transposing the classic 1, 5, 6, 4. All right, here's everything that's written. If you want to hear it real quick, it's kind of funny. I need to get back up to where we were anyway, so. One, two. D. B. 2. 2. G. Got a few wrong notes right there. I was just letting it play because I needed to see where that music started. All right, back down to a reasonable tempo. And we got chords in the right hand, and our bass is just kind of playing the target, the bass notes like a bass player would. So C. Okay. Try that for a few sets. And then let's transpose that idea to the key of G. So remember, I'm using the 1, 5, 6, 4. Why'd I go over all this with you? Because you do need to know where the 6 is at, right? It's in front of the 5, but you can also just go backwards to find it too, okay? Key of G. We're transposing, right? We're finding stuff in different spots. The same pattern, though. Let's try the key of F. F, C, D minor, B flat. You have to have the mastery of the triads. Okay. Key of D. D major, D major, A major, B minor, G major. 1, 5, 6, 4, 1. It's always right behind you, okay? Find that 6. Key of B flat. B flat. You're going to the pinky, right? That's where your 5's at. F major, G minor, E flat. A little bit of the G minor, a little bit of the 6 chord is in the 4 chord. Something to think about. Okay. Two more. A major. A, E, F sharp minor, D major. If you're good at your chords, it should feel like you have just enough time to get there. If you're not good at your chords, you're probably struggling to even play with 64 tempo, right? Those are quarter notes, okay? So slow down. Practice. Just rewind, practice it. You can learn by yourself too. You don't have to be ingesting content to learn something, guys. You can just learn just by doing something. Next one, E flat, E flat, B flat, C minor, A flat, E flat, B flat, C minor, A flat. We did 7 keys. There are always 12 to learn. Okay. Label the highlighted note. So the one that I didn't tell you what it was, right? That's going to be these 5 keys right here. So I want you to think in those keys. I believe these are the 5 we didn't do, by the way, too. Yeah. So what you should do is, the 1 is a major chord. I've even helped you, right? I've added the sharp for this last one. I've added the flat for those 2. You should ask yourself, what chord has a G sharp and a B in it that's major? It's E. So if you're really a baller, you'd go back through that and you'd do the 1, 5, 6, 4 in E. Oh, we did E. I guess we didn't. Yeah, we did not. Okay, what major chord has an E flat on the top? A C in the middle. Your hand can feel it. Your hand wants to do it, right? So that's A flat. So I'll let you figure out those last ones. It looks like a banana, but it's an A. Okay, pay attention here. First thing I want you to do, write the correct number in. What does this number mean? What does this number mean? What does this number mean? What does that number mean? Remember, big ones are major, little ones are minor. After you write the number in, so that's this pattern. I'm not going to give you the numbers, I'm just giving you the Romans. So this one's different, it has a 2 now. I want you to do the same thing, okay? Transpose them. You also have to write the notes in. So transposing that to G. You got to think about this, right? So I'm in G, and I want you to use this pattern that we used here, right? So you can go back, you can go down for the 6, you can go up for the 2, that kind of thing. So the 1 goes to the 4. I'll give you that number. So G goes up to C. And I'm not sitting here and drawing all this with a mouse right now, but you'd have to draw that in with a C. So if the stem goes down, the notes are on the right. So we draw that C chord in there. Oops. Sorry, it's just so hard to draw with this thing. I'm trying to think, do I want that one? Yeah. So look at the top. The top of the stem is not the top of the chord. You'd actually, you'd draw that G up there. And then you would draw the E. And then you would draw the C as well. And draw them nicer than me. But now this one goes down, right? 4 to the 6. That goes down. So I have a feeling that, let's see, G, C turns into, G, C turns into E minor, right? And then it goes up to A minor, the 2 of G. So I would draw this little E chord right here, and these would be on the lines. You don't have to worry about sharps or flats because I already added the key signature for you. So you draw that there. That's your E minor. Has an EGB in it. And then the last chord was A minor. And since A is on the second space, I have a feeling that this stem wants to go down. You got to really think about this, right? Not a big deal. It's just going to look wrong if you draw them on the wrong side. So there's my A, there's my C, there's my E. That's how you do that one. Guitar players, I gave you a little joke down here. I gave you the tabs because you're probably not going to be able to do that by yourself. So I gave you the tabs. Now you'd have to figure out what is that note, right? If you can figure out that note, you can probably name the chord. Piano students can't cheat off you unless they can read tab, but no one's going to do that anyway. So that's how I want you to finish those, okay? I know that's a lot. And then maybe put the bass notes in first, right? Key of G. We've got way down here. G goes up to the C, and then E goes up to the A. I tried to make it a nice, easy shape, just 2 4s, right? When you do the pattern 1 6, sorry, 1 4 6 2. That's how you do that, okay? Take your time. We're near the back of the book now. We're getting to the harder stuff, okay? So yeah, that's that one, and good luck. I'll see you in the next one. It's okay if it's not, if you need an extra week on something, but make sure you're working on it, right? Make sure you're learning something. Peace.